In Vietnam, AI adoption accelerates economic growth and positions the technology as national infrastructure akin to electricity or the internet. So, Senang, what is Vietnam currently doing regarding the legislation on artificial intelligence?
Yes, Lena, the National Assembly is reviewing and set on a draft law on artificial intelligence during its ongoing 10th section. The draft law is built around 7 guiding principles designed to balance 2 key objectives: managing risks while fostering innovation. The law outlines 4 main pillars: promoting innovation, safeguarding human rights, managing risks, and strengthening international cooperation. While maintaining national data sovereignty, Vietnam adopts a 4-level risk-based approach to AI governance. Under this framework, unacceptable risk systems, such as those that manipulate cognitions or assign social credit scores, are strictly prohibited. High-risk systems must comply with stringent obligations, while medium and low-risk systems are subject only to post-inspection when risks arise. Now, artificial intelligence is expanding rapidly, opening vast opportunities for Vietnam. And according to the Ministry of Science and Technologies, AI could add 120 to 130 billion US dollars to the economy by 2040, becoming a major engine of growth in the digital era. But along with innovation come real risks. As Vietnam considers its draft AI law, businesses say a stronger regulatory framework is needed, one that allows innovation to advance while keeping both enterprises and the public safe.
Autonomous delivery robots are already navigating real-world environments in Vietnam. But as AI brings greater convenience, questions around ethics in design and operation are becoming unavoidable.
A robot may look simple, but there are ethical issues we must consider. For example, if it's moving on the street and facing a possible accident, how does it decide who it harms? We need to study these impacts now to guide AI governance without blocking development, while still ensuring safety and the interests of society.
AI research is advancing fast, but without ethical principles, experts warn that the consequences could be serious. Among the key concerns are technical safety, rising inequality as automation replaces human labor, decision-making mistakes, lack of transparency in black box systems, social impact when AI imitates humans, and bias or discrimination embedded in training data.
The earlier you start drafting the law, the earlier you raise these questions, and the better it is, I believe, to have a good regulation of AI. Between innovation and regulation, you always need to find a balance. Investors will always want a regulation that is as clear as possible, because you do not want to invest significantly into an AI service and then find that the next year what you have been investing on is not possible or is forbidden for any reason.
Developing an AI law is not only about control, it's about creating an environment that encourages innovation. Many countries have already moved ahead with standards. International experts say Vietnam can take advantage of being a later mover if progress is fast, accurate, and principled.
Having an AI law in Vietnam is a sign of the seriousness that Vietnam has taken with regard to AI and with regard to AI ethics, and we're delighted, of course, to work with Vietnam in order to incorporate some of the ethical aspects which we think are really important.
AI brings unprecedented power and equally unprecedented challenges. In this new era, the law will serve as the guiding rail, helping Vietnam move into the future faster and with greater safety and responsibility.
Now, Vietnam's Ministry of Science and Technology has underlined the country's AI vision built on the principle of humanity, openness, safety, autonomy, cooperation, inclusiveness, and sustainability. When approved, Vietnam's draft AI law is expected to guide the sustainable and safer development of artificial intelligence, while opening the door for greater investment into the fast-growing field. And to understand how the new legal framework could shape investor confidence, we now speak with Dr. Rafael Franco, Director of Public Policy for Southeast Asia at Meta. Hello and welcome to Newsline. Now the question is, Vietnam is discussing the draft law on artificial intelligence. As a global enterprise, how crucial is AI governance in attracting sustainable AI investment into the country regarding the rapid growth of AI development in Vietnam?
First of all, Xin Chào, and thank you very much for having me. It's always great to speak to people of Vietnam. AI governance is very important. We're in a moment now where we've only scratched the surface about what AI can offer. And we've seen that Vietnam is one of these countries where the uptake on AI is unbelievable. Something like 95% of Vietnamese businesses are using it, right? So I think that what we want to see is something that maintains the pro-innovation space, that maintains access to data. That's really crucial for training purposes, and that looks at safety as a collaborative effort between industry and civil society and the government. And if we can get a regulation that like that, then I think you'll see a lot of continued investment in Vietnam in the AI space.
So for companies to confidently invest in AI, what do they need most from regulators? And conversely, what do regulators need from technology companies to build effective and future-proof AI governance?
Well, taking the first part, actually the second part first, I'd say that regulators look for us for transparency, number one, and that we've taken reasonable safety approaches, number two. What we need as investors, we already talked about the regulatory space. What AI generally needs is compute, data, energy, and talent. I think that for Vietnam as a country, and as a kind of strategic level sense of where Vietnam needs to go in order to harness the entire capabilities of AI, those are the things that the government needs to pay attention to. So look, we can help with the kind of data aspect of it. We can help with the training aspect of it. But energy and compute, the government's going to have to think about how it does those things.
Yes, and what recommendation would you offer to help Vietnam manage AI risks without limiting the growth of startups as well as the broader digital economy?
Look, as I said, I think that there has to be a iterative, long-term conversation between governments and industry and civil society and research institutions, right? You need kind of all parts of that triangle. And that isn't something that you can just say, okay, in 2025, we passed this law and it's done, now the next thing. AI is a technology, just like all technologies, which is going to continue to develop. And as you go along the way, you're going to have to continue to have that conversation together and collaborating together and reaching the best possible outcomes that properly balance the innovation and the economic development and productivity that you want to see with the need for safety.
Yes, thank you very much for your insight. Now, the National Assembly is scheduled to vote on the law on AI on December the 11th before concluding its 10th section. Once the law is approved, Vietnam will become one of the first countries in the world to have a dedicated AI law.